Planning a trip to Greece looks like an absolute dream on Instagram. But if you book your flights and your ferries in the wrong order, it can turn into an expensive nightmare faster than you think. My name is Kathy Brooks. I am a Greek American exploring as much of Greece as absolutely possible. I've been going there every year for the last 6 years, every summer, and I have learned a lot about navigating Greece. I'm also a Greek citizen. I'm a dual citizen. Today, I'm breaking down the exact A to Z roadmap for planning your trip to Greece. The perfect Greek vacation. I'm going to show you the exact flight trick that saves you the full day of backtracking, the 3-night rule that you should absolutely follow, and the one mistake at Greek ATMs that drains your bank account before you even leave the airport. So let's get into it. Most people traveling to Greece, they make the same rookie mistake. They try to see too much too fast, and they end up spending more time dragging heavy luggage onto crowded ferries than actually enjoying the islands. You don't want a vacation from your vacation. If you want to know exactly how to navigate flights, the ports, the customs, and the hidden fees like Season Pro, here we go. Timing is everything when you travel to Greece. June, July, August are peak season, and it is crowded and it is hot, especially July and August. I recommend, if you can, booking your trip during the shoulder season, May or September. My favorite time of the year to go is September. I am telling you, if you are flexible and you can plan it for September or May, you are doing yourself a huge favor. The crowds are lighter, the heat isn't as bad, the water's still warm in September, and you will have a much nicer time. Booking your standard ticket to Athens and back, there's some tricks to this that you should know. I highly recommend doing Athens on the back end of your trip. Plan your trip from the USA to land in Athens late morning or early afternoon. Then you hop a flight on Aegean Airlines or Olympic or Ryanair and go directly to the island that you plan to start your vacation at. I highly recommend, if you haven't been to Santorini, to start there. There's plenty of flights on Aegean Airlines out of Athens all day long. So you land in Athens, you collect your luggage, you go through customs, then you turn right back around and you go check in at Aegean Airlines, go have yourself some ouzo in the airport, something to eat, get a gyro, and just chill. Get on your flight, giving yourself at least 3 hours, but get on your flight, your connecting flight. Once you're in the air, you will be landing in Santorini in 25 to 30 minutes. It's quick and it's painless and it's the way to go. You aren't wasting any time spending a day in Athens and then going back to the airport and then going on your trip and then coming back at the end, or staying in Athens and going for 3 nights in Athens and then going back to the airport and going to Santorini and wherever else you're going to go, and then coming back to Athens and having to spend a night before your trip out to the US the next day. Do you see what I mean? Don't waste a day of your trip. It's all too valuable, and you need to enjoy every minute of this bucket list dream vacation. This will save you time. It'll save you money. You won't have to go all the way to the port and then do a 6, 7, 8-hour ferry to get to the islands. You are already at the airport. You don't need to pay for a taxi or a ride or anything. You just turn right around. You don't even leave the airport, and you head to your first destination. The 3-night rule. Do not, and I repeat this, do not stay at any place less than 3 nights. People tend to want to see as much as possible, but you're missing out if you try to see another island, another island, another island. You're missing out. You can find so much joy in each destination, and you will miss parts of that destination if you're rushing off in 2 days to another island, wasting time, grabbing ferries. Often the ferries are late, checking in and out of hotels. Such a waste of time. Take your time and enjoy each island that you go to, or each village, wherever you decide to go first, second, third. Ideally, I recommend, if you haven't been to Santorini, to go ahead, have that first, get to Athens, grab that flight to Santorini, and stay in Santorini in 3 nights at the beautiful boutique hotels overlooking the caldera. It's such an amazing, relaxing feeling for your very first days of your trip after all the hustle and bustle and traveling for 20 whatever hours to get there. After you stay there for 3 days, you're off to another island by ferry. It works so well and simply. I also recommend sticking to a single island group. Santorini is in the Cyclades. Zakynthos, Corfu, Kefalonia is in the Ionian Islands. And Crete is in the Cretan Sea. And it is a place that you should that's all you should do when you go to Greece if you're going to Crete. Just see Crete. It's so big and so much to see and so beautiful. And plenty of islands are in the Cyclades. So if you start with Santorini, you could go Santorini, Naxos or Paros or Milos, Mykonos, or any of those. Depending how many days, you could see them all if you have a really long amount of time. Ideally, if you're doing a 2-week trip, I would go Santorini 3 nights, Naxos 4 or 5 nights, and then Athens 3 or 4 nights. The order of operation, you ideally want to book your accommodations 6 to 12 months in advance for the summer season, because the best boutique hotels, they do sell out fast. Book your ferry second, about a month or 2 before the trip, because the ferries, they rarely sell out unless it's around Greek Easter or the August 15th holiday. So you'll book your flight from the US to Athens and your return flight from Athens to the US. Then decide where you're going and book your accommodations. For example, I'm landing in Athens at noon. I'm taking the Aegean flight at 3 p.m. I'm landing in Santorini. I got my driver picking me up from the airport. They stand there with the sign, and they're going to drive me to check in to my boutique hotel in Amiravigli, in Ia, in Fira, wherever you decide to stay. If you're a couple or you like quieter area and not crowded area, I choose Amiravigli. Amiravigli is on the highest point in the caldera, and it has the most amazing sunsets. Don't let everybody tell you that Ia is the place to see the sunsets. The sunsets in Amiravigli are beautiful. It's really, really easy to book a route on Ferry Hopper. Let me show you. This would be for your inter-island travel. If at all possible, this is the best way to go. So let's say we have made it. We're in Santorini. We did our 3 days. We've arranged our transportation with the boutique hotel or private driver, and we want to go to Naxos now. So you would go, I'm going to go from Santorini, Thera, right, to Naxos. And this is one way. And then let's say we're going June 20th. We will search. And here you go. So this Champion Jet 2 leaves at 8:10 in the morning on the Sea Jets, which is a fast ferry. You're there in an hour and 35 minutes. This ferry carries vehicles. This ferry does not have cabins, or they are sold out. This ferry lets pets, and this ferry supports electronic tickets like on your phone. $81.62. Now remember, right now I am looking at peak season of this year, 2026. Here's the fastest, $9.50, gets to Naxos at 11. It's $81. Okay. Blue Star ferries. These ones are sold out because this late in the game, these are the slow ferries. These are the ones that you most likely will not get seasick on. These Champion fast ferries, they get you there fast, but they fly over the water. And in Greece, there's this thing called the Meltemi winds. The locals love them because they keep the mosquitoes away and they keep things a little cooler when it's super duper hot out. But the water gets crazy. If you are prone to seasickness, even if you're not prone to seasickness, you may get sick. My friend Joan learned this lesson the hard way. I personally take something whenever I go. I wear what's called a scopolamine patch. I got a prescription from my doctor, and it's a little patch that goes behind your ear. It's good for 72 hours. My friend Joan decided that she didn't need that. She never gets seasick. Well, she's never been on a fast ferry in Greece yet either. And she was so sick the entire time when we went from Milos to Paros. The poor girl was ruined for the rest of the day. And they were walking around with bags. Here's a plastic and a paper. Here's a plastic and a paper. You put the plastic in the paper, whatever way you want to do it. Put the puke in the plastic, put it in the paper. I don't know, but it was a nightmare. And I had my scopolamine patch. And believe me, I have gotten seasick in the past. I am prone to it. And I was like, I got a glass of wine. Woo! As we're jumping the waves, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, for real. So don't think it won't happen to you. If you're really seriously worried about it or you have small children, I would say book early enough to where you get the slow ferry. Here you go. Here's one. They're cheaper too. Here's one for Santorini to Naxos, September 8th of this year. It's 2 hours and 35 minutes, which isn't terrible. You can bring a vehicle on. It does have cabins. If you decide in the end you want to ferry back to Athens, I recommend it was a really nice ferry ride. I recommend taking the slow ferry back to Athens and getting a cabin. They're bunk beds. They're just like cruise ship cabins. And it had a little desk in there. It had a shower. There's room for your luggage, so you really don't have to leave it when you come up the ramp with all the thousands of other pieces of luggage. Because when you board the ferry, let me just give a visual. When you board the ferry, you drag your luggage in and you park it. And they have signs, like if you're getting off in Naxos or Paros or Milos, if it's wherever, because the ferries usually stop at several islands, right? So you park it there and you leave it until it's time to get off. Then you got to go get it again. But if you get a cabin, you can literally bring your luggage up there with you because there's room for it in the cabin. You don't have to, but you can. And you can take a nap. If you're a family with kids or something, I highly recommend the cabins. Also, if you do the cabins, you can go into the business lounge, which is less crowded, and they have waiters and stuff that'll serve you food. I got passenger 1 and passenger 2 together and full fare, no discount, 2 cabin bed, window, whatever. It says the same cabin has been selected for passenger 1 and 2. So there's me, there's you, we got our cabin, right? So Ferry Hopper is like a brokerage for all the ferries. It pulls them all in, and then you can book through Ferry Hopper. But there is a link below for you to use my affiliate link. I do earn a small commission if you click that link, and I would appreciate it because then you're supporting my show, my channel. If you do decide to go back to Athens from one of the further islands, go ahead and use the Blue Star ferry and go on the slow ferry. Or I'm telling you, if you have children that might get seasick or you might get seasick and you don't want to take medicine, always book the slow ferry. I do want to give you a strong warning about renting ATVs. They sound fun. They look fun. But one of the biggest causes of tourist accidents in Greece is using the ATVs. So many terrible accidents happen with people using the ATVs in Greece. So I recommend actually renting a car if you want to get around on your own, or using the local buses. Greece has an excellent bus system. We use the buses. I never rent a car. We rented a car twice when I went to Greece. Once we rented it because we were coming from Athens and we were staying on the mainland going to my father's village, which is about a 3-hour drive. So we rented a car for that. But driving in the city or on the islands with the car, it's probably just not a good idea. Islands like Naxos have an excellent KTEL is what it's called, bus system. It's like €3 and it'll take you from whatever beach or wherever you're staying into town or to other beaches. They are very good and they go like every 30 minutes. It's very, very great way to travel and not rent a vehicle. Okay. Now, for the biggest insider tips that you really need to know, that really took me a while to learn, the ATM trap. Always choose when you go to an ATM to be charged in euros, not in home currency. Do not get charged in your home currency because the exchange rates are terrible and there are hidden fees. Don't use the standalone ATMs. Always use an ATM at a bank. Look for it attached to a bank. If it says Eurobank, a bank, not those standalone ATMs like the ones you see in casinos here in the US. Do not use those. They will rip you off. The fees are ridiculous. Do that. Always carry some cash with you. I always order few $400 for myself. If I'm traveling with more than me, if I had a partner, spouse, kids, or whatever, I'd get more. But I always order about $400 worth of euros to take with me. I use my credit card for almost everything. It has no international transaction fees. And they are required to accept credit cards. All merchants, taxis, everybody. If they try to get you to use cash, you can say, well, I know you're supposed to be able to take cards. They'll tell you that their machine is broken sometimes. That happened to us with the taxis. They will try to get cash from you. Use your card for that. I use cash when I'm maybe trying to buy something from a merchant on the street. And it's a little trinket or something to bring home or some olive oil, or for tipping. Now, in Greece, they used to say tips aren't expected, and they do say that they pay them an actual wage, so you don't need to tip. However, they know Americans tip. We do tip, but they know it's for good service. So if you get a waiter or somebody that gives you good service, go ahead and tip them, but just tip in some euros. Put a 5 or 10 euros on the table. If it was an expensive dinner, put 10 euros on the table. You don't have to do the whole 20%. I did notice last year when I was in Greece, now they're bringing you the thing and asking you if you want to add a tip in the machine. But I always say no to that. Do it in local currency, in euros on those as well, and then leave your euros on the table for an actual tip. Pack water shoes. Many of the beaches in Greece are not sand. They are pebbly, rocky beaches, and you will hurt your feet. Pack good water shoes with soles. I have my Amazon affiliate link below, and I have some items that I recommend for Greece, all listed in there, and the water shoes are in there as well. So they are in the link below. If you're going to go see a monastery or a church, you need to wear modest attire. It should cover your shoulders and knees, and just respectful. Let me show you my website, greaseislandhopper.com. When you land on here, if you want to just go ahead and get the guide, you can go ahead and order this. Put in your email and I will send you the planner. This is a free 14-page Greece Island Hopper planner. I'm the author of this. I designed this. It's 14 pages and it is free. So you can go on to here and get that. Also, if you want to hire a guide, you can go hire a local guide at Go With Guide. There's a link here to get a local guide that will take you all around the islands, wherever you land. Say you wanted to go to Athens and you want a guide there to take you on a foodie tour or what they think you should see, you can do that. Plan your dream vacation, explore the world with Beyond the Empty Nest, personal plan here, no obligation. You can click this and request a custom itinerary from me. You just submit this form. Where would you like to go? When would you like to depart? Are your dates flexible? All this stuff, it'll come right to me. What's your budget? And I can plan a tentative itinerary for you, and we can go from there. Booking. I do not charge a booking fee right now. I will be charging a booking fee in the future, but currently I am doing a special right now this summer for your 2027 vacation where I will not charge you for a booking fee. Submit this form to me and I will plan your trip for you. And then this is no obligation. It's a custom itinerary. Tell me what you want. I'll plan it. I'll give you a quote on what it is and we can start booking. You can click on those. Here's the water shoes I was telling you about. The electric ports you can't plug your regular US plug into. You have to get these adapters. You cannot use a full-blown hairdryer. They will knock the power out in the boutique hotel or the hotel you're staying in. They don't work well for you need to get this lower powered type things. I highly recommend getting the Turkish towels. Turkish towels are nice. You can pack them in your carry-on. You can use them for a blanket on the airplane. You can throw them in your rental car, or when you're getting on a bus to go around the island, you see a beach you want to go to. They're tiny enough to where they're not bulky and big. You grab it, you can lay it on the sand, jump in the water. Also, there is a thing in Europe, especially on the metros and in the crowded cities and like going to the view of the Acropolis, where you really need to be careful of pickpocketers. So a crossbody bag that is secure. This bag here that I have, that I use, it has slice protection, has these locked together. Very difficult for somebody, and it's a crossbody. So it's right here in front of you. So go ahead and click that. That goes to my Amazon store. And then also what I was going to show you here is the compression socks. When you get on the airplane and you're on a 10-hour flight, I am a nurse, I'm telling you this, wear the compression socks. They will stop your feet from swelling. It's all about venous return. And, you know, when you're on a plane that long, you are at risk for a blood clot, especially if you're a woman that has a high BMI or you're older. There's all kinds of risk factors for getting a blood clot that could wind up in your legs, go into your pulmonary system and killing you. So just FYI, always wear your compression socks. Your legs will thank you, believe me. All right. So that's from my website. You're welcome to go ahead and check it out. What tourists do wrong. I don't really recommend going on a cruise in Greece. You miss too much of the culture. You really do. So let me take this down. So if mapping out ferries, finding the right hotels, if that feels completely overwhelming, I am here to help you. I have done the heavy lifting for you. I will get your itinerary all set for you, and then you can decide if it's something that fits your budget. We can always tweak it, and you will be ready to plan your vacation. All right. So my name is Kathy Brooks. Our Greek name was changed, so my Greek name is Kaliera. My Greek passport has my Greek last name. So in this country, I'm Brooks because my family decided to change their last name when they came to the US. And in Greece, I have a completely different last name. That's just the way it's done because that's what's on my birth certificate there. Any questions? Please feel free to email me. My email is below, and check out my website at greeceislandhopper.com. And thank you so much for watching this. Please don't forget to like it. It really helps YouTube know who to show this video to. It will show this video to people like you. Stay safe and stay well. My name is Kathy Brooks. Bye-bye.